I got a story. The way you're talking about Mulberry Street and the way of life. When you growing up in Brooklyn like I did in the 50s, being Italian American in an Italian American neighborhood was a completely different way of life. Everybody else was kind of considered squares. Everybody said outsiders were squares.
Suckers.
Well, suckers, whatever. But you didn't think what you were doing was anything different than anybody else. This was your way of life. And I'll give you an example. My dad comes home one night, tells my mother, get him a suit. Meaning me, 7 years old, we're going to a wake. So the next day she takes me out to this place called Chuck's.
Look at these cars.
Mr. Grillo's the salesman. He gets me a suit, doesn't charge my mother. Really great guy from the neighborhood. In fact, he's going to give me 2 tickets to the Yankee game. So the end of the week comes, we go to the wake, and I'm scared. I never seen a dead body other than lying in the street, which was kind of normal for the neighborhood. So now I'm going in the funeral home, and I'm looking down at the floor, and I get to the casket, I nail down a half a Hail Mary. I'm up, and my father taps me on the shoulder and says, aren't you going to say hello to Mr. Grillo?
Why a half a Hail Mary?
Oh, it's a half a Hail Mary.
Hail Mary is a very short prayers. Why couldn't you say the whole Hail Mary?
So he taps me and says, say hello to Mr. Grillo. Oh, Mr. Grillo just gave me the soup. Let me say hello to him. Open my eyes, and Mr. Grillo is in front of me, but he can't say hello back because he's the guy in the coffin. And on the way home from the funeral, I kept saying to myself, I was really saddened by this untimely death of Mr. Grillo because I already had the 2 tickets to the Yankee game sold. But saying my father knew about this wake before it happened.
So you weren't even going to the Yankee game, you were going to sell the tickets.
I was going to sell the tickets. But the way of life is Mr. Grillo.
So you was a scoundrel when you were a kid.
Scalper, maybe? I don't know. That was a way of life. That's what you did. That's it. But my father couldn't pick a winner in a 2-horse race, but he knew who was going to head to the funeral parlor before they got there. Believe it. It was normal, you know?
Yeah.
That's it. Get ready, get a suit. You're going to a wake. The guy wasn't dead yet. That's it.
Oh, the guy wasn't dead yet?
No, it's not, well, you didn't get it? If I'm telling the story for 3 minutes and you didn't get it?
No, I didn't get it.
Right. Yeah, the guy that sold the suit wound up in the coffin.
Ah.
He wind up with the roses. Did I make myself clear?
So your father must have whacked the guy.
No,
Because he took you for the suit and he didn't pay for the suit.
He
He took you for the suit because he knew he didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Because the guy was going to get whacked.
It could be.
Right?
That's the way it was. Straight from Tales from Mulberry Street. Guys, good night. Please subscribe to, let me get this right, iTunes, Facebook, YouTube, and if we Twitter, let's Twitter. Good night.